In this video, I'll be going over my top 5 best self-improvement books for men. Everything from dating and relationships, breaking bad habits, motivation, finding meaning and purpose in life. Definitely there's something here for everyone. What's up everybody, George here from GP Lifestyle, helping you guys dress better, look better, and ultimately be better. And in today's video, guys, I'll be going over my top 5 best self-improvement books for men. I'll be sure to leave each book linked in the description, and I'll be using the books here on Audible as a reference. If you guys are new here to the GP Lifestyle community, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss when I upload a new video. Let's jump into it. Book number 1 on this list is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This is an iconic book when it comes to self-improvement and the whole self-development field. But what I love about this book, it is a very light read. On Audible, it is only going to be around 5 hours and 17 minutes to be precise, and it is very easy to pick up. There it talks a lot about dispelling myths in the self-improvement field, what really matters, personal responsibility, effort. It really dispels a lot of the nonsense out there, really gives good practical advice, and there's a lot of stories behind it, what the author has gone through in his personal life. It is definitely an excellent book. It's very light. You can always come back to it. I personally have, over the past couple of years, listened to it like 4 or 5 times a year, and it's definitely one of the easier books to really get into here, and it's definitely an excellent foundation if you're really confused on where to begin in self-improvement and really how to focus on what really matters and not focus in on a lot of the nonsense and gimmicks that are a lot of times in this general niche. Number 2 on this list is one of my absolute favorite books of all time, and that is Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. Now, over the past couple of years, I literally go back to this book once every few months when I'm just sitting here at my desk doing my thing and just listening to it. And I know I may be a little bit biased because I have original 40 Rules for Life poster here, which I honestly just like. It's a nice little mantra to read, you know, whenever I get around to it. But this book, I love it so much because it is an onion. Every time you go back to the book, you can peel back another layer and take something else from it. This is, for me, this is like the Swiss Army knife of self-improvement, because there's always something in here that you can drive, from your personal responsibility to finding meaning in your life to working out personal issues, to find out what really matters and what really doesn't, and where you should be actually focusing your time, and really how to live your life as the best person that you can be without being nihilistic or cringe or think everything you do is meaningless. And the book is not about really you finding what makes you happy. It's how to find meaning and purpose in your life so it's actually worth you putting an effort to. Now, this book is a little bit longer and it is a little bit more of a difficult read, so it's not really written for everyone. If you really like to delve into things that really go beyond surface level, this is definitely an excellent option for you, and it's also one of my favorites. Number 3 on this list is the epitome of practicality, and that is Atomic Habits. I love Atomic Habits so much because it is all about breaking bad habits and forming new habits. And that may be a little bit simplistic, but this book is so practical because it takes you to step-by-step process on how to identify, break bad habits and form new habits, and how to stick to those new habits. And I love this so much because the book is super practical. It is, again, a bit on the longer side, but I think if you, once you get through it once or twice, you can skip sort of the introductory and conclusion chapters and just go back into the meat and potatoes of it for that absolute functionality. And there is steps along the way for everything, and it's backed by psychology and a lot of neuroscience. So you're actually getting stuff that's practical and that you can actually apply into your real life, and you know it's based and has some substance behind it. I love this so much because you're gonna start to look at everything you do and start to piece it together and what it teaches you throughout. How, for example, your setting can influence your habits, how your setting is a trigger, how there's just so much. Like, for example, if you have a chair where you beat your meat in, you're always gonna associate that chair for beating your meat. If you want to get past constantly beating your meat, maybe getting rid of the chair or rearranging the room could build new triggers to associate yourself with not doing that. I know I use that as like a meme example, but definitely is going to pair nicely with book number 4 on this list, and that is YBOP, Your Brain on Porn. Now, this book is basically where the whole no-fap movement started, and this book is extremely interesting because it delves a lot about internet culture and the rise of internet pornography use and how that's actually being detrimental to health. Now, if anybody actually knows about no-fap, they know about this book, but it definitely pairs nicely with the previous one because this is all about one specific thing that could be impacting a lot of males, especially young males right now, and pairing that with number 3 Atomic Habits. Definitely these books work great together, and there's a lot of overlap when it comes to breaking habits and forming new good habits, and there's a lot of neuroscience, a lot of psychology here, but this book is a little bit more relaxed. There's a lot more talking about internet culture and a lot more personal stories about people struggle with porn addiction here, and this is a great book if this is something that you are struggling with, because I know it's quite common, but it's just not reported on because it seems like still like a very taboo subject. Well, whatever that means, because apparently everybody's comfortable talking about problems that don't exist, but problems that do exist, they just, people don't care about. That's my little rant, but this is definitely an excellent option that you can use that's very niche, very specific, and that can pair nicely with all the books on this list, especially Atomic Habits. And the fifth and final book on this is all about dating and relationships, and boy, the title is a doozy, and it sounds like clickbait, but I assure it's not. The Man's Guide to Women, scientifically proven secrets from the love lab of what women really want. Now, this book may seem like it is some crappy dating coach marketing thing, but it is really not. This is 40 years of couples counseling and psychology by 2 psychologists that set up basically, like, they call it the love lab, but it's basically like a couples therapy clinic, and this is 40 years of data collected together on the biggest problems people face in their relationship, how to overcome their problems, and it's actually boiled into a nice short guide that's like only 4 maybe 5 hours long. That's easy to read. There is some humorous elements. It's very humanizing. And the great thing is, in this book, it takes you from step by step by step by step from all your dating relations, from the approach to basic conversations to dating to maintaining a long-term relationship to having a satisfied sex life. This is definitely a very useful book. It's a very practical. There is no fluff or crap in it. Everything is based on some study that they conducted or another book that they've written based on their 40 years of research. It is definitely an awesome book. And there you guys have it. That is my top 5 best self-improvement books for men. This is a quick list. My top 5. These are definitely books that I've read multiple times, went back to, and definitely more in the full self-improvement niche. If you guys enjoyed this video, made it this far, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, because if you made it this far into the video, I can tell you're way more serious about dressing better, looking better, and being better. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.